Most people don't realize that attention is not just a desire. To the brain, it can feel like oxygen. When attention disappears, something deeper than ego begins to panic. Psychology explains why attention feels like survival. By the end of this, you will understand why being seen and acknowledged carries such emotional weight, what happens in the brain when attention is given or withdrawn, and how this shapes behavior in relationships, workplaces, and social media. At a biological level, humans are wired for connection. Thousands of years ago, isolation meant danger. If you were excluded from the group, your chances of survival dropped. Your brain evolved to treat social rejection as a threat. That wiring still exists. When you receive attention, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin. Dopamine signals reward. Oxytocin signals bonding and safety. Together, they create a powerful message: you belong. Belonging equals safety. When attention is withdrawn, the brain reacts differently. The anterior cingulate cortex, a region involved in processing physical pain, activates during social rejection. The body does not sharply distinguish between emotional exclusion and physical harm. This is why being ignored can feel physically uncomfortable. Have you ever felt a sudden drop in your stomach when someone did not reply to a message? That reaction is not weakness, it is biology. From infancy, attention regulates our nervous system. A baby cries, a caregiver responds. Eye contact, tone of voice, and touch calm the body. Over time, the brain links attention with safety. Without attention, stress rises. As adults, the pattern continues in more subtle forms. Compliments, eye contact, acknowledgement in meetings, likes on social platforms. These signals tell the brain that you matter. When those signals disappear, self-doubt can quickly fill the space. Here's the surprising insight. The need for attention is not about vanity. It's about regulation. Attention stabilizes identity. When someone reflects you back to yourself through acknowledgement, it strengthens your sense of existence. You feel real, you feel validated. Without reflection, the mind begins to question itself. This is why prolonged emotional neglect can feel destabilizing. It's not loud, it's quiet, but the absence of acknowledgement erodes confidence over time. In relationships, attention acts as emotional fuel. When partners feel seen and heard, trust deepens. When attention shifts elsewhere, insecurity can emerge. Sometimes this leads to conflict, not because of the issue itself, but because attention feels threatened. Now, pause and reflect. When you feel upset in a relationship, are you reacting to the event or to the feeling of being unseen? The difference matters. In workplaces, attention functions as recognition. Being acknowledged for contributions increases motivation. Studies in behavioral psychology show that recognition reinforces behavior more effectively than punishment suppresses it. When effort goes unnoticed, engagement declines. The brain interprets consistent disregard as low value within the group. Social media has intensified this dynamic. Platforms are built around visible metrics of attention: likes, views, comments. Each notification delivers a small dopamine spike. Over time, the brain begins to associate attention with reward frequency. When engagement drops, mood can drop with it. This does not mean someone is shallow. It means the brain has learned to equate visibility with significance. Here's where it becomes complicated. If attention feels like survival, people will compete for it. Some seek it through achievement, some through appearance, some through humor, others through controversy or drama. The strategy differs, but the underlying drive is the same: remain visible to remain safe. Have you ever changed your behavior subtly to maintain someone's attention? Most people have. Another layer is attachment patterns formed early in life. When attention in childhood was inconsistent, the nervous system may become hyper-aware of changes in closeness. Small shifts feel large. The brain scans for signs of withdrawal. This can create heightened sensitivity in adult relationships. Delayed responses or reduced affection can trigger disproportionate anxiety. The body reacts as if something essential is being removed, because at a primitive level, it feels that way. There is also a power dynamic within attention. The person who controls attention often controls emotional stability in the interaction. Withholding attention can create urgency. Giving attention can create warmth. This is why silent treatment feels punishing. It activates threat systems without a single word being spoken. Now consider something deeper. When you seek attention, what are you truly asking for? Validation? Safety? Importance? Understanding the need beneath the behavior changes how you respond to it. Attention is not inherently unhealthy. It becomes destabilizing when it is the only source of worth. If your sense of identity depends entirely on external acknowledgement, you become vulnerable to fluctuation. Praise elevates you. Silence deflates you. Emotional stability requires an internal anchor. This does not mean you should not care about being seen. It means your nervous system benefits from learning that attention enhances your worth, but does not create it. One powerful shift is learning to provide self-recognition. Acknowledging your own effort before seeking external praise strengthens internal validation circuits. It feels subtle at first, but over time it reduces dependency on unpredictable feedback. Another shift is recognizing when attention-seeking behaviors mask deeper needs. Instead of criticizing yourself for wanting visibility, ask what emotional state you were trying to regulate. Loneliness? Insecurity? Boredom? When you address the root emotion directly, the intensity of the craving often decreases. There is also value in offering attention consciously to others. When you make someone feel seen, you strengthen relational bonds. You regulate not only their nervous system, but your own. Attention is reciprocal energy. The core insight is simple yet profound. Attention feels like survival because for most of human history, it was tied to survival. Being seen meant being protected. Being acknowledged meant belonging. The brain still operates on that ancient code, but modern life amplifies the signal. In a world of constant comparison and visibility metrics, attention can feel scarce. Scarcity increases perceived value, and perceived value increases urgency. Yet true security comes from balanced regulation. When you understand that your nervous system equates attention with safety, you stop judging yourself for wanting it. You also stop allowing its absence to define you. You can appreciate attention without chasing it compulsively. You can offer attention without using it as leverage. And you can recognize when someone's behavior is driven by a fear of invisibility rather than arrogance. The next time you feel unsettled by silence or uplifted by praise, pause. Notice the shift in your body. Notice the narrative forming in your mind. Awareness interrupts automatic reaction. If this perspective helped you see your relationship with attention more clearly, reflect on where it shows up most strongly in your life. Share your thoughts. Continue exploring how your need to be seen shapes your choices. Because when you understand why attention feels like survival, you gain the power to seek connection without losing yourself in it.